Hello students, welcome to Dr. Ashok Mahadik's lectures, Studies Made Easy. Hello students, we will continue with the chapter Introduction to Management Accounting. Student, this is lecture 4 of chapter 1. Students, today I will teach you a practical sum. Let us take up one sum. Question number 2. Balance sheet of XYZ Limited as on 31st March 2019. See at the bottom, we are told to prepare vertical balance sheet. Students, whenever you have to solve a sum on vertical balance sheet or income statement, the first thing which you have to do is do the marking under which head the items will be covered. Students, you have to do marking about under which head the following items will be covered. Now let us do the markings. First, equity share capital. This will fall under the heading share capital, so we will mark SC. Capital reserve, this will be marked under R and S. General reserve, this will also be marked as R and S. Preference share capital, this will be marked as share capital, that is SC. P&L account, again this is a reserves and surplus item, so we will mark R and S. 5% debentures, this will be marked as secured loan, so SL. Sundry creditors, proposed dividend, provision for taxation, these three items are items of current liabilities, so we will mark CL against each of these three. Now let us go to asset side. First item is goodwill. It's a fixed asset but it is intangible, so we will do the markings as IFA, intangible fixed assets. Land, leasehold premises and plant, these three assets belongs to fixed asset category and these are tangible fixed assets, so we will be marking them as TFA. 3% government investment, this is a long term investment, so we will mark it as I, capital letter I. After that we have stock, debtors, cash and bank and advance tax. These four items are covered under current assets, so we will mark as CA for these four items. Last item on the asset side is preliminary expense. This will be covered under miscellaneous expenditure heading. So just write MISC, miscellaneous. So student, let us see how the balance sheet will appear after doing the marking. You can see I have written in bracket the markings to be done against each item. You can see share capital is marked as SC, capital reserve, general reserve, P&L are marked as RS, that is reserves and surpluses. Preference capital is marked as SC. 5% debenture, as I told you, is a secured loan. Creditors, proposed dividend and provision for taxes are CL, that is current liabilities. Same way on the asset side, we have goodwill as IFA, intangible fixed assets. Land, leasehold, premises and plant are TFA, that is tangible fixed assets. 3% government investments will be marked as I. Then next four items, stock, debtors, cash and bank and advance tax are current assets item, so I have marked them as CA. And last item, preliminary expense, is MISC, miscellaneous expenditure. Students, once the marking is done, you have to draw a format. The format will be particulars and 3 amount columns. Okay, you have to first of all give the heading vertical balance sheet of dash 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 company. In this case it is XYZ Limited as on the date of year end. In this case it is 31st March 2019. Okay, once the marking is done, our job becomes very easy. We have to follow a fixed format. Let us see what is the format. You begin with Roman 1, sources of funds. Under that we have to cover two major heads, that is own fund and second borrowed fund. Under own fund we have to record share capital, reserve surplus minus miscellaneous expenditure. So once you know this format, we just have to write the values at appropriate places. So while solving the format, begin with the heading sources of funds. Under that you write A, capital letter A, own fund or proprietor's fund. Below that we have to cover three subheadings. Start with share capital, so small a will be for share capital. Under this we have two types of share capital, equity share capital and preference share capital. Write their amount in first column and take the total to second column. Then write B, reserves and surpluses. Under this we have to cover those three items which we marked as R and S, and again we have to write these amounts in first column and take the total to second column. After that we have to write miscellaneous expenditure, but we have to prefix minus C against that. And since there is only one item of miscellaneous expenditure, that is preliminary expense, we will straightway put this in second column. Now we will get own fund by adding equity share capital and reserves and subtracting miscellaneous expenditure from their total. So this way we have share capital of 6,40,000, reserve surplus 2,16,685 and miscellaneous expenditure 1,550, which will be subtracted. So we get net figure as 8,55,135, which is your own fund. Now we will proceed to the next heading, that is borrowed funds. Under that we have two subheads, secured loans and unsecured loans. Since in this sum we had only one item of secured loan, that is debenture, we will put it in second column, and against unsecured loans we will put a hash or dash, and we will take the total to third column, that is 1,57,500. Now we have to take total of own fund plus borrowed fund, which will be nothing but your total sources of funds, or it is also known as capital employed. So the total of sources side is 10,12,635. Now we have to see that whether our total of application matches this value. Now let us see the second half of the balance sheet, that is application of funds. Students, in this part we will have three major heads, that is first fixed assets, second investments, and third working capital. Now let us start with fixed assets. Under fixed asset we have two types of assets, that is tangible and intangible. We can write first tangible fixed assets, which includes land, leasehold premises and plant. We will record the amounts in first column and will take total in second column. After that we will record intangible assets, that is goodwill. Since there is only one item of intangible fixed asset, we will put the total directly in second column. Now we will add up these two values, that is tangible fixed asset and intangible fixed asset, and take the total to third column. Then we will proceed with the B part, that is now we will proceed to next heading, that is B, investments. Under this we have covered only one item, that is 3% government investments. Now since there is only one item, we will straightway put this amount in last column, that is third column. The amount is 34,975. Now we come to the last heading, that is C, working capital. As I already told you, working capital is nothing but current assets minus current liabilities. So under current assets, as we had marked in the question, we have four items of current assets. So we will record them below the heading current assets. Those items are stock, debtors, cash and bank, and advance tax. We will record the amounts in first column and we will put the total in second column. Now we will subtract B, current liabilities, from total of current assets. Now we have to record those three liabilities, that is current liabilities, under this head. The items are sundry creditors, proposed dividend, and provision for taxation. We will write them in first column and take the total in second column, but don't forget to put a bracket against this amount, because we have to subtract this total from total of current assets. So we get net value of working capital as 3,71,765. And now in third column we can see that only three figures are appearing, which belongs to three major heads, that is fixed assets, investment, and working capital. Now total of these three would match with the total of sources of fund, that is 10,12,635, and indeed it is matching. Okay students, always remember, in vertical form of balance sheet we just change the format of presentation, the values remains the same. Thank you students for watching this video. Students, if you have liked today's video, click like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel. If you click the bell icon, you will get the early notification for my videos. Students, if you have any doubts or queries regarding today's video, do message us on our official Instagram account. The link is given below in the description. So students, we will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.